Now, what a lovely sight here, and a lovely place to spend a nice summer day here on the banks of the Rhine in Königswinter. Königswinter, which is often called the gate to the Siebengebirge, and that's the area that we're going to explore today. Welcome to Pardon My German for this video. Glad to have you here, and well, we're going to see some lovely places here in the Siebengebirge area, particularly, of course, the Drachenfels, the Dragon Rock, and we're going to go there and some other sites. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, then please give the video a like and consider subscribing. Thank you. We begin this excursion at a historic site, the Petersberg. What is a hotel, again, these days, used to be the seat of the Allied High Commission from 1949 through 1952. A bit later, it became the guest house of West Germany's government. From the Petersberg, we have a lovely view of the nearby Drachenfels and the Rhine Valley. Including Rheinhotel Dresden, which we visited on our second excursion to Bonn. There's a couple of stories regarding Petersburg that I'd love to share with you. The first one I've only heard, because legend has it that sometimes in the 1970s, Leonid Brezhnev visited West Germany and he stayed here at Petersburg. And as a present from the West German government, he got a brand new Mercedes-Benz. And driving down the winding narrow road that leads to and from Petersburg, Brezhnev crashed the car. So don't know if this is true, I've just been told. But the other story is true, and I'm a part of it. Because in the early 1990s, I was member of a small charity bringing goods and help to the Balkans. And one of the persons I had the great privilege to make the acquaintance of was the then exiled Prime Minister of Kosovo, Dr. Buja Bukoshi. And I had met him before, and then Bukoshi came here to the Petersburg to talk about the situation in Kosovo. And he recognized me, and I had put on some weight in that year. So he recognized me, came towards me, patted my tummy and said, "Young man, you have to watch your weight." And so I can rightfully say that the head of government took some personal interest in my health and well-being. Our next stop is the former Abbey of Heisterbach, which once was a Cistercian abbey. Heisterbach's most impressive sight are the ruins of the old church which once stood here. We're back in Königswinter. A promenade along the Rhine is very inviting. This fountain is dedicated to generations of donkeys who carried people up to Drachenfels Rock. The church of St. Remigius was closed on the day of my visit. Fortunately, I had some footage of a previous excursion there. And now it's time to slay a dragon. At least that is what the name of the Siebengebirge's most famous mountain indicates. Drachenfels, Dragon Rock. And indeed, according to a popular legend, a dragon once lived there. And some sources even link it to the dragon slain by Siegfried, the hero of the Nibelungen saga. We don't climb the mountain on the back of a donkey. Instead, we use the Reck Railway, which was opened in 1883 and is therefore Germany's oldest such railway. The castle on top of the Drachenfels was built by Cologne's prince-bishops in the 12th century and destroyed during the 30 Years' War in the 17th century. Quarries around the Drachenfels provided material throughout the Middle Ages. The Cologne Cathedral, among others, was partly made of stone from this area. Drachenfels became famous in the era of Rhine Romanticism, in the English-speaking world mostly through some works of Lord Byron. It is sometimes described as Europe's most frequently ascended mountain. And then there is Drachenburg Palace. So, I've been here quite a number of times, but this is my first visit to this palace here, Drachenburg Palace. Costs 10 euros, and from what I've heard, it's worth it. This palace was built in the 1880s in a blend of Neo-Gothic and Neo-Renaissance style. And fitting the times, it was not built by a nobleman, but by a maestro of the stock market. Stefan Sater, later gentled as Baron von Sater, was a man of petty bourgeois upbringing. After learning his trade at a Cologne-based private bank, he later made a fortune at the Paris Stock Exchange. Zarta built this palace to live there with the love of his life. Unfortunately, that lady passed away before the palace was completed. So Zarta never lived there, using it only on a few occasions to host important guests. Today it is a museum dedicated to the Wilhelminian style. Palace and garden can sometimes be spotted in movies and television shows. As we're descending back to Königswinter, thank you for watching today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.